Karyn Bryant for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with Mark Munoz. He'll be facing Tim Boetsch at UFC 162. And I want to talk about Tim in just a moment, but one of the things I want to talk about today, we just sat down with Uriah Hall, who came down to train with you. Dennis Bermudez came in today, a few days before his fight at 160. How do you feel about being the kind of place that everybody wants to come to and everybody feels welcome?
You know, I love the fact that we have that reputation, and there's a lot of our guys who came and tasted what we had, and now they want everything. They just don't want a piece of it. So I love the fact that we do welcome everybody, but at the same time we got everything that you need here. And I'm happy. We've been working really hard to kind of garner that reputation, but at the same time, like, what I want to do is I want to create a atmosphere and a team and a community where they know that they can have a place to train and call this their home.
So when you look at somebody like Uriah, what do you see?
I see an athlete. I see one-step quickness, explosion. I see someone where if he were to learn just a few things in his game, that he can definitely be one of the top fighters in the world. And
that is why he came here. I believe the elements you're talking about are what he needs: wrestling, takedown defense.
Yes, and that's what we specialize in here. With the stuff that he needs to work on, we definitely have a lot of things for him in that area. And I told him, I said, for us it's not about what we can teach everybody, it's what we can teach you individually, because we don't teach everybody the same, because we know everyone has different strengths and different weaknesses. And so what we want to do is we want to zero in on his different strengths and his weaknesses, and improve upon his weaknesses and make them his strengths.
It's interesting too, we all know that reality shows can be creatively edited to make somebody look a certain way, and I think people perceive him to have a big ego, and then you meet him and he's just a nice guy.
Yes, and that's what I noticed about him at first. You did have that that impression of him, but right when he walked through the door, he didn't say a word. He just kind of let everybody kind of just like talk to him, and then when I started like talking to him, I'm like, man, this kid is awesome. He's amazing. He's a great person, and that's what people lack. They lack seeing the actual true character of a person, because it can be edited. The show can be edited in a way where you don't see the whole person in his entirety. But when I got to meet with him and talk with him and got to roll with him, and therefore after got to talk with him after that, I got to see like who he is as a person, and I like what I'm seeing.
Very nice. I want to talk about your fight with Tim Boetsch. This is important. I don't want to say it's a comeback fight, but in ways it is. I feel like you've gone through some tough times, and now we're seeing a new improved Mark. Yeah.
Yes. I've been through tough times, but like I said, adversity is a dust that polishes a diamond, and adversity is something that tests your character as well. And I want to show people that through any type of adversity that you can transcend and rise above any adversity that you come against, whether in the cage, on the mat, or in life. It's all in the same realm. So I'm definitely a person that's coming back. Yes, I am. But at the same time, I want to get to where I was when I was fighting consistently, and where I wasn't injured before going into the fight. And I feel 100%. And you're definitely going to see me back in there and doing the old things that I do, but at the same time doing an updated version of me, I guess, so to speak.
Good. Well, and every time we talk to you, inevitably there's some comment, dang, look at the scar on your head. Look at Weidman. So what do you think about when you see that?
When I see it, I really don't think much about it, and I know it's every day I look at it and I'm like, man, but like I don't take back anything that happens in my life. I really don't. Because the scars are evidence of you going through something that you needed to go through, and I needed to go through this in order to make this be a lot better. My mind and my body and my spirit and my soul, like, it needed to get better, and that's what I needed to do and needed to go through, because your life experiences shape and mold you into the person you are today and in the future, and that experience needed to happen in my life so that I can actually change the things for the better, I'm the first to tell everybody that I'm not a perfect fighter. I do make mistakes inside the cage, but you need to improve upon your mistakes. And I think that's why the UFC keeps me, because I keep getting better, and I don't look to just score points. I look to finish fights, and at the same time, it can, it's done well for me, a lot more than it's done bad for me. So, but I want to turn the tides a little bit more and have it do more well than bad,
Very nice. Your division, the middleweight division, is pretty intense right now. The other night, Luke Rockhold took just a vicious kick from Vitor Belfort. What did you think of that?
Oh man, dang, Vitor is like a ninja. Yeah. I mean, that spinning back kick was like unbelievable, and something that he's been working on and evolving. It's been awesome, but at the same time, I feel like it's a little clouded in the fact that that the whole TRT thing, but at the same time, I know who Vitor is, and I know. And I know, like, he's an upstanding guy, and I'm gonna say that out in the open, he is, and I truly believe that he's a person that with, you can't question his character, like, you can't, because like he truly works hard, but at the same time, like, it's something that he is doing, but it's hard to talk about, So, and he doesn't want to talk about it too.
Well, and he's a conflicting person to people because he is so spiritual, and then when with the TRT, people see those two things in contrast, in conflict, and I think that's what it is that people can't justify both of those things.
Yeah, and I see where they're getting at, and it's something, it's hard to talk about, truly it is, because right now I'm having a hard time conjuring up what to say about it, so, but at the same time, he just exemplified a kick that was unbelievable. I mean, that's going to be on highlight reels for ages, so.
Well, and we were also saying that perhaps that makes up for the one he received from Anderson. So here's what's upcoming. Obviously, Anderson and Chris Weidman. A lot of people right now are picking Weidman. How do you see this one going?
Oh man, I know Weidman well, fought him just recently, and I know Anderson very well, and I just I want to get to the point where I can be confident then saying, like, Anderson, he's going to stop Weidman's shot, but I haven't been working with him at all. But I know how athletic Anderson is. I know how he floats like a butterfly and stings not like a bee, but like a whole nest of hornets or like bees, and like everything mixed, everything together. So I know that, and at the same time, I know how Weidman just puts a lot of pressure on guys and likes to use his wrestling. So I'm gonna say, like, with Anderson, if he keeps the distance on him, he's gonna have his way with him. If Chris Weidman can get in, and make it dirty, and get in and push him against the cage and use the cage as an advantage, then he might get the nod, but we'll see what happens. And I'm definitely looking forward to that fight. I want to see who wins that fight for sure, because that's where I'm at. I'm right there.
Well, and it has a lot of impact on your future fights. One last question I want to ask you. There's talk, perhaps we'd like to see a matchup of Jacare and Yushin Okami. What do you think of that?
That's an awesome fight right there. Yushin, he's a terror for anybody. He possesses just he's got knockout power, plus he's got control, plus he's got just size and strength. I mean, he's all that is MMA fighter. I mean, he's just like, he's crazy, but at the same time, like, what he doesn't do is he doesn't pressure guys to the point where he can finish a fight. He can. Jacare finishes, and Jacare, he's like a pit bull.
Yeah.
He goes in for the kill. Like, he smells blood. He's like a shark. So I'm looking forward to that fight and seeing who comes out on top on that one.
All right. I hope it does happen. Well, Mark, thanks for talking with us, and thank you for, again, always showing such great hospitality.
You guys are always welcome here, and I love MMA Heat. I love you guys. I love Wade, and you guys are just amazing. So you guys are more than welcome to come here anytime.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, you're welcome.